Some ironic, harmonic, invading comets who wanted a paralytic, a mystic, an unfortunate piston. Balance of panic is fading to a number of planets who granted a breeze besides all the peril it landed. A woman standing has landed upon a valley, reminded of broken homes and breathing in the bitter Atlantic. We roam, illuminating and fading, the colors remaining and celebrating bandages of delicate hate. The center painting is an image of constellation stations. Patience has no place or taste of grace, and relating to races and the color of cases. Constant waste of space where the battered and the brave say we have got it backwards. Is not the answer. Has said it after reason screams out loud. The crowd reaction wants satisfaction. Your calm collection, deeper sense of doubt. If lust is pastime and trust is asinine, the rust of material excuses what you can't find. Blind to the error of your ways, dime by dime. In hindsight, the truth is in the fourth grade. Is it black as the night? Is it bleak? Is it bright? Is it centigrade or Fahrenheit? Shine thine eyes upon the weakest soul. Comfortable is the role of the idiots of old. God damn it! Is it blasphemy I've landed? You do nothing with your fake shit and leave the wounded stranded on your throne. You accuse me of a crime unknown. You without sin can cast the first stone. As if the party never stops, we're blasting 1400 watts. It's late in the game, but we still demand our props. I'm breathing fire like Godzilla. Ounce for ounce, we're cooking pasta from gorilla. Killer monsters, imposters, and rosters with big flames at their concerts. Your engine's idle cause you...
Well, welcome to Udicci. We appreciate you guys stopping in. You're welcome to stay for this presentation, which will only last about 15 minutes. You'll actually understand what it is we do here. And for those of you tuning in from around the globe, because that's actually what we're doing right now, is that this is a live stream social media production company. So right now we are live to the internet, which means that we could be talking to anybody, anywhere in the world. But tonight we're going to be talking about Rochester, and we're going to be talking about the poverty initiatives that need to happen for us to begin to see the changes that need to happen in our country. We're going to talk a little bit about tonight the power of social media and the revolutions that it has caused. And we're going to talk about the revolution that we believe is necessary. But before we go into that, we're going to tell you a little bit about our company, because some of the stuff we're going to talk about is not so happy. Right? Some of the stuff we're going to talk about is death, because that is, crime is kind of a offshoot. It's a natural extension of poverty. So some of the things we're going to talk about are not happy. But I will let you know that our company is committed to hope. It's actually our catchphrase, if you will. You'll see it on our card. You'll see it different places. It says Credito Spes. That was our best translation from the early Latin word, because we believe that words have power. And we believe that we need to be, first off, committed to making a change. And quite frankly, we could find nothing better than to be committed to than to hope. We know that where our hope is found, that we can find joy, and we can bring that hope to others. So first and foremost, welcome to Udicci. We are a technology startup company, but right here in Rochester, New York. We've been working for about 5 years to develop a social platform to help alleviate poverty, not only in our own community, but also around the globe. Our goal as a company is to actually help end child sexual slavery. We believe that it is a great evil that must be eradicated, and we know that poverty is one of the leading causes. Of course, the other is just flat out evil. So we are here to actually tell you that we are a for-profit company because we believe that profit is a valuable social tool, and that is actually through entrepreneurship that we can actually teach others to rise up out of poverty. But it's not simply about teaching others about rising up out of poverty. It's actually about getting out from behind our screens, those powerful tools that we have in our hands that we call social media. It's about getting out from behind there and getting on the streets. We'll talk a little bit about our Citizen 585 initiative that really is just launching and begins really next week, if you will. So why are we here? Well, we believe it's time for an economic revolution. That's not our time frame. It just seems like it's time for that. We've been living in a system that's been fighting a so-called war on poverty for over 50 years, and it's failing miserably. we sit here and we turn back to the same kind of examples that we say the solution, and this is where I get up on my soapbox, right? The solution to poverty is more national debt. We hear things like, when the economy crashes, we need to go borrow more. Could you imagine in your own homes going home at night if you're married saying, hey, honey, I know the house is getting foreclosed and the car is getting repossessed and we can't afford to pay our credit card bill. What I think we need to do to really break out of this mess is go get some more debt. No, we wouldn't do that. But somehow we've been sold this bill of goods that is how we create prosperity. Now, you need to know a little bit about who I am. I'm the poster boy of all who is wrong in finance. I am the former banker. I had my Series 7 licenses. I understand markets. I understand banking. I get it. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the banks are all evil, but I am here to tell you that we have a far better solution in each and every one of our communities around the country, and they're called credit unions. Let me just throw some numbers at you and think about this. Now, we talk about the 1%, the wealthy 1%, and how, there's the real problem. And I'm here to agree that there is a real problem that 1% of the people own 40% of the wealth in our country. And then we look around and say that 80% of the people share 7% of the wealth. That's problematic. But I can't sit here and say that the way that we're going to help those additional 80%, maybe meagerly climb their way up to sharing 8% of the wealth is by going and getting more debt. And here's why. In 2014, we spent $229 billion on interest on our public debt. $229 billion. Now, the Keynesian economic model is going to tell you again, let's go borrow more, and we're going to be good with that. Let's go borrow more money, and people are going to be put to work. Let's go borrow, and here's the problem with that. We're finding it impossible to sustain our debt anymore. We're seeing worldwide collapse. We're seeing Greece that's already failing. We're seeing Puerto Rico that's already failing. We're seeing that currency wars are out there right now. How many of us know that in one night, China manipulated their currency, that our debt cost us 3% more overnight? How many of you would like to get a 3% in their everyday return in the market? We'd all love that. But nobody knows about the fact that our debt went up 3%. Or to put that in rough terms there, we're saying roughly $6.6 billion. Overnight. Now, let's put that in another perspective. $229 billion amongst the 46.5 million people who live in poverty each year. That would break down to $4,900 for each man, woman, and child in poverty. Do you think that we could begin feeding people with $4,900 per year? Now, I'm not so foolish to think that that disappears overnight, but maybe it does. What I do believe is that we the people hold in the palm of our hands the power to bring about change and demand change. The structure, the powers that be, we rely on a central bank. We rely on banking for years, and in our own backyards, nonprofit credit unions. Nonprofit credit unions. Financial institutions that are owned and their policies set by their customers. The people who live in the community decide how the banking system is run. Are you getting it yet? Are you getting it yet? That we, the people in our own communities who know best what it is that we need for our communities, that we can actually begin working together to create the policies and taking the actions that we need to do that we believe is best for ourselves and our neighbors. That we can actually take the time and work together to get ourselves out of this. Now, I wouldn't expect that everybody's going to sit there and say, yeah, I know all about finance, I'm ready to do that. And we don't ask that, but everybody can do something. Everybody, at minimum, could begin sharing on Facebook that there's a better way. They could educate themselves. using social media. And that's what we're here to do. Udicci has actually put together a software to help organize, to help collaborate, to help people use social media the way they want to use it. Now, we've started an initiative called Citizen 585, and let's give you a little example of how social media works. About a month ago, a gentleman in Rochester, New York, started a page called Rochester Citizens Against Poverty. And he set out to say, we've got to do something. And overnight, a few hundred people joined in. It wasn't literally overnight, but basically overnight, a few hundred people joined that page. And people started talking, we need to do something, we need to do something. And what typically happens with social media is once we start getting social media going, it gets a whole bunch of noise and it becomes kind of worthless. And we go, okay, what are we going to do with that? And we said, no more. No more. We're not going to just use social media to, have a lot of noise. And we reached into that group of people and said, how many of you are serious about making a difference? Because we have been working for 5 years to develop a system right here in Rochester, New York, that we can actually help you. We can kind of collaborate on the plans. Let's start making plans. Let's start setting goals. Let's use social media to educate one another. Let's use social media to connect with one another on those things that we believe deserve our attention. So what we're going to show you right now is a video. This is a video that we presented back to the citizen group on Facebook. On a Sunday evening, I actually saw that they had put out there what they thought, the citizens thought, would be a good solution to begin helping here in Rochester, New York. They felt that if we had a system that we could come together and know what the different organizations are in Rochester and what kind of services they offer, and that if we could begin, connecting with our neighbors, and if they didn't know how to get to the various resources, that we could get to those. We said, well, what about, and they said, what if we could have citizens who are willing to be a mentor or willing to be a teacher or willing to do something? We need a volunteer page. So they set out to say, this is what we need. Now, when you normally sit down with a technology company, you're going to sit there and try to figure out what the requirements are. You're going to go through a long planning process, and then it's going to take weeks and months to develop that. What you're about to see is what we turned around in 3 days.
Some ironic, harmonic, invading comments. You wanted a paralytic, a mystic, an unfortunate piston. Balance of panic is fading to a number of planets who granted a breeze besides all the peril it landed. A woman standing has landed upon a valley, reminded of broken homes and breathing in the bitter Atlantic. We roam, illuminating and fading, the colors remaining and celebrating bandages of delicate hate. The center painting is an image of constellation stations. Patience has no place or taste of grace, and relating to races and the color of cases. Constant waste of space where the battered and the brave say we have got it backwards. Is not the answer.
I think it's important for all of us to know.
After reason screams
A lot of people say, oh, that tractor going down the road, why is he there? He can just go get our food and But there's another step before that a lot of people don't know.
If lust is pastime and trust is asinine, the rust of material excuses what you can't find. Blind to the error of your ways, dime by dime in hindsight, the truth is in the fourth grade. Is it black as the night? Is it bleak? Is it bright? Is it centigrade or Fahrenheit? Shine thine eyes upon the weakest soul. Comfortable is the role of the idiots and oh god damn it. Is it blasphemy I've landed? You do nothing with your fake shit and leave the wounded stranded on your throne. You accuse me of a crime unknown. You without sin can cast the first stone.
We've got a lot of students interested in something like this. There's some area schools that have done this for a number of years, and recently in Genesee County, obviously with yogurt factories, there's been a big push for agribusiness, and they're starting an agribusiness academy at our Genesee Valley Education Partnership.
As if the party never stops, we're blasting 14.
Okay, we had a little bit of technical issues going on during that, but that's all right. Okay, so my name is Tim Maslin. I'm the president of Udicci, and we deliver social solutions. As you saw in that video, that is the technology platform that we put together in the past 5.5 years, and we've built it for these types of instances where somebody needed something, and we truly believe that there was an opportunity to really be able to pull together solutions that people need in just a short amount of time. And reacting to technology needs is definitely needed in these types of situations for poverty and in our fight against poverty. So what we've created is not only the platform for Citizen Connect, and which will help Citizen 585 in our poverty initiatives, but also we've got other tools that are built inside of the system, like PALMS, which stands for Professional and Life Management System. And what that is it's an area where you can set up your plans, associate them with goals, and actually be working towards personal growth, community growth, and business growth. And everything that we've put together it's a social platform with a purpose. And we have other social solutions that we've put inside of there, such as our financial literacy tools, which actually allows us to present media that's specifically related to for educational purposes that actually open up the ability to teach people information that is related to the financial needs or budgets or those types of things. And some of the other things that we're doing right now, we have Brand New You, which is a business marketing and small business platform that allows you, it's kind of similar where you have plans and goals, but you also have other things where your markets, and it's a living, breathing business plan. And some of the other things that we're actually bringing to the market is we're going to be looking into the auto market. We're looking into school markets, and we're trying to connect everybody to bring a full roundabout system for the entire, just for everybody to collaborate and not get lost in all of the chatter that's out on social media today. One of the other pieces that we want to really make sure we reiterate is a call to action. Tonight our whole thing is based on a roll call, and what we're looking for is people that can help in the community to come out, go to Udicci.us, engage with us. Actually go to the site, engage, tell us where you can help. And the goal of Citizen Connect is to actually connect the citizens that are living in poverty with the organizations and the businesses that can actually help them, that can actually provide services, whether it be driving somebody to a doctor's appointment, or mowing somebody's lawn that can't mow the lawn, or education or healthcare, anything that we can do to help people inside of the community. That's what the intent is. So go out to Udicci.us and get involved. Help us to help the communities that are around us. Look up some of the stuff on Facebook. Make sure you go out, like our page, like Citizen 585. Go out, find out what's going on. Get your voice included in the messages that need to be heard inside of the community. That's what we really need. We need people out there acting and coming together to help our community.